Now back to Inside West Virginia Politics with Mark Curtis.
And welcome back to Inside West Virginia Politics. We continue our discussion of high tech and its future opportunities here in the Mountain State. Joining me right now is a Mountain State native, believe it or not, even though he lives in California right now. This is Jason Rolleston, and he's the Vice President of Security, Intelligence, and Analytics Corporate Products at McAfee. And I think we're all familiar with McAfee, and protects a lot of our personal computers. Great to have you here, Jason.
Pleasure to be here.
And did I pronounce your last name correct?
That's close enough. Rolleston.
Rolleston. Where are you from in West Virginia?
I'm from Pocahontas County, so
okay.
I grew up there, lived there my entire life before heading off to college. So.
How did you wind up in California working for
McAfee? Oh man, it's a long road. So I left high school and went to my undergrad at Cornell University in upstate New York. Did an engineering degree in applied physics, which you say has nothing to do with McAfee or cybersecurity, of course. My undergrad job was actually working in tech support for Ethernet networks, helping students get connected to the internet, mostly so they could download music. So one of the folks who had worked in that job before left and went to a cybersecurity consulting company. He came back and recruited us to just saying we had the right skills, kind of the right mix of things, and so I ended up going to work there after I finished my degree at Cornell, instead of pursuing a career in physics. And from there and to other software companies, worked for a variety of companies, kind of bounced around between Boston, Chicago, ended up in the Bay Area. Worked for Cisco for a time, and then at McAfee here for the last 3 years. So it's been a journey.
Yeah. The summary of your story is there's a lot of opportunity out there, isn't there? Especially in the cybersecurity field. You had no idea you'd wind up in it.
No, absolutely. I didn't even know it existed, right? And even the job that I got as a campus job was something I didn't really understand until I got to. I played a little bit with the internet in high school through the Greenbank Observatory in Pocahontas County, and then got to school and kind of started understanding these things. But it's still something I used. I did email, I surfed the web, that kind of stuff. But working that job and kind of starting to get a better understanding of networks and how networks works and how communications work, that when that job came around and into cybersecurity, it was just really fascinating. Like I said, I kind of fell into it in a very almost an accidental way, but it's been a thread that's actually been constant throughout my career. Is this security is just present in everything we do.
If you walked into Pocahontas High School today, and by the way, they have a great tech teacher and tech program going on at Pocahontas High School, what would your advice be to those students, male and female alike?
Absolutely. It's funny, as I was there yesterday.
Okay, no kidding. Okay.
Took advantage of being in state to stop by. So I talked a lot about, look, you got to believe in yourself and your ability to go out there, and you don't necessarily know what you're going to do. I went to college believing I was going to be a rocket scientist, that I was going to work on spaceships in mechanical and aerospace engineering. I got there, found it wasn't quite the right thing for me, went into a different field, and then at the end took a job in a field that was utterly unrelated to my degree. And that was, you don't know. You don't know where you're going to be. You got to be able to spot opportunity as it comes up. Take chances, believe in yourself. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. Don't let anybody say you have to have X or Y. This 6 years of experience. Get out there, try it, and you can learn it. You'll figure it out, and you'll make an impact. You
may have heard about this in the last week, but John Chambers, former CEO of Cisco, gave, I believe, $25 million, or no, he gave the unspecified amount. Brad Smith, the CEO from Intuit, a Marshall grad. John is a WVU grad. They're pumping multi-million dollars into West Virginia education and training. What is that going to mean to this state, and how can we be a bigger player in the high-tech sector, not just statewide but nationally?
Yeah, look, I'm a huge fan of John. I worked for John Chambers for a couple years at Cisco while he was still CEO, and I think he's just a tremendous person, tremendous businessman, and tremendous West Virginian. I think the question is how that money gets spent, right? The money is great. Money is one of the ultimate, you can use it for anything. And so I think if we can get the right deployment of those dollars to help people gain the skills they need, the real on-the-job experience, and help them use that to then leverage into positions and build out that capability and actually build out an ability for people to do those jobs here. Right? I mean, more and more, I'll be honest, more and more in the Valley, people are getting challenged with the cost of living and all these dynamics. People are looking to do these jobs and saying, can I do this job somewhere else where the quality of living is better, where I'm not running around all the time, where I'm not dealing with tons of traffic. They would like to be able to perform those jobs. I have friends who perform those jobs. My wife even talks to me about it. And it's how can we do those jobs from some remote location. So some of it's you need skill sets, some of it's you need bandwidth and infrastructure, so the things that we have to do on that front. And so I think it's a mix. It's a mix of how you train it, how you create the potential for more startups, and that's a big part of what John's talking about. Really startup, small entrepreneurial activity, because that can really get started here. It's a lot harder for McAfee to move our headquarters here, but small companies can start. and small companies grow and they become big companies. And I think if you can fund that and really create that dynamism, I think you got a great chance to build something special.
It's a great message. Again, we want to thank Jason Rolleston, Vice President of Security, Intelligence, and Analytics, corporate level at McAfee. Great to see you. And again, he's a native West Virginian, so he's got to stay with us. Thanks for being with us.
Pleasure. So thanks so much.
And we'll have more of Inside West Virginia Politics after this break. Stay with us.